I'm a massive fool. Okay, I'm massively embarrassed. I There was a very obvious button that I needed to press. Uh
Boston College.
Oh,
So there is worse. You're fine, man.
okay, welcome viewers on YouTube potentially to the Word Hammer open mic, I think, hopefully. Uh there was some issues with the YouTube thing, and it wasn't working. And it looks like my camera's out of focus, so let me try to reach over to do that. Um, Fix that. But welcome. Sorry you missed the first bit of it. I unfortunately was not able to record that yet, but the rest will be recorded. So yeah. But yeah, again, welcome. We're just gonna pick off where we left off before I had to do some troubleshooting. Um, Up next, we have Nick Kissy. I'll let you know when you can go. Okay, you should be able to go ahead now.
all right. So my first poem is going to be actually for my independent study with Fanning this semester. I've been working on a chapbook, and so this is going to be the introduction to my chapbook, which will be named after the poem, which is named after a song. So this is Polka Dots and Moonbeams. If I am to write about polka dots and moonbeams, I must first write about knives of sunlight shearing vapor off the tops of puddles, the act of being two things at once. I must tell you that even when standing stagnant, humans still move at a speed of roughly 486 meters per second. That this clay doll of a body means I am alive. That my older sister was stillborn, and my oldest sister delivers healthy children. So my words live in the bones of my father and grandfather and his father, and in the stones lining our lamplit foreign homeland. I must tell you, I am a builder, a man who devours words from beautiful women's tongues, who placed their shoulders in my mouth and watched snow fall through me, whose voices breathe apricot and simple syrup. If I am to write about polka dots and moonbeams, I must sing paeans of blessings the world has borne to us, and I must will onto this page miracles God will not sell for any amount of frostbitten poplars, sugared walnuts, or earth stained turnips. And then my next poem was recently written, and it's called Denny's Grand Slam. I've also realized that I write many poems about food, and I guess that's just an awesome thing that I can now tell people I do.
When's that chapbook
This
coming out?
morning,
Oh, sorry. That was a joke. I'm
oop,
sorry.
no, you're
I was
good.
just saying, when's that chapbook coming out?
My food chat book, that'll be the next one for sure. It'll probably actually polka dots and moonbeams should just be renamed to like pancake gristle and ketchup would actually probably be a solid name. But this morning, I want my eggs sunny side up, yolks bleeding a sunrise into the horizon of buttermilk pancakes and undercooked bacon. Normally, I have them scrambled, laced with veins of cheddar and American cheese, but this morning, I'm in mourning. I want sunshine built into my food. My grandfather died last night, and he always told me, find the sunshine where you can, kiddo. I can see the two of us in the golden yolks, dripping in opposite directions. Him to the fruit cocktail above the plate, me to the syrupy sausage links below. I'm searching for a symbol in here somewhere, but the new girl burned it alongside the toast.
Thank you, Nick. We'll be moving on to Michael up next.
That is a hard act to follow, Nick. That was good though. I really enjoyed those. Um, Nick West, am I good to go?
Yeah, you go ahead. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Perfect. All right. So this first one is called Duality of Consciousness. Um, and it's just working through two people in my life who have very different opposing beliefs, and I've kind of been in a season of searching and just working through the value of both of their beliefs. So here we go. Is the essence of the self contained somewhere within my mind? Is it eternal, or does it cease to be when my body dies? If it lives on, then please tell me which part of it is it that survives? Is it the evil that I have done, the good I have yet to do, the subtraction of falsehoods from my soul, leaving only what is pure and true? The I that will transcend all things, the me that has been so often misconstrued? Is this I a thing to be revered, protected with my life? Or is it something that I must leave behind for a taste of the divine? When is it gone? Is it something that I will miss? Or is it the point that it is destroyed in the moment that true consciousness now exists? This next one is called Placebo. And ironically, it's actually um, kind of dedicated to my foster mother, um, and in a reactionary sort of way. But yeah, this is called Placebo. I so want to believe that this is what has cured you, but honestly, I do not. Even if you believe you are better and you offer yourself as evidence that healing is tangible, all the while you spill putrid infection that has so long grown beneath your surface. Is your condition improving, or have you simply been deluded, conditioned to believe that your symptoms are actually signs of health? The latter seems far more likely, and though you refuse to believe, and will continue to refuse, even up to gasping out your final breath, wasting your final moments to praise the effectiveness of your placebo.
Thank you, Michael. Next up, we have Juliana again.
All right, this one is called For You. You are not a wolf, my sweet. You are not all that's wrong with your world. You're not the silver bullets your fingertips let slip away. You're not the knife at her throat. You, my darling, are a prince in disguise. You, my dear, are the bloodied rabbit who wriggle your way from the fox. You, my love, are the villain who escaped the prison of your own imperfect poison. You are the laughter I feel on my lips, the cracked song of a crinkled French lullaby, the memories of a duet passed down through the ages. You are the pain in between my heartbeats, the open door after a wave of tears, a bandage that will only separate from a soul after a lifetime of picking. You are the sweet, sugary lies I can only hope to believe, the maze I long to get lost in, the fountain which clings to my youth, the fairy tale I choose to believe. You are tied to the girl who fell at your hand. You traded a wrinkled suit in order to join her within the stars, a crown of gold for the shine of a barrel. You are tied to the girl whose blood matches yours, the girl whose purple flowers you never trade for the twinkling power of another's eyes, a hero in denial with other matters at hand. You are tied to the girl whose future lies in between the pages of a story, the girl who ran into the woods, leaving your soul empty as the blackest of nights. You are not an angel. You are far from a demon. Thank you.
Okay, so up next, we have Edwin.
Okay, so this one is called Beachbody. I know about a beach where we could watch the ladybugs drown. White sands freckled with their corpses, the two of us could gossip all night with the girls. I hope you'll sit next to me on that beach full of popular dead women. I've never spent time with such wonderful girls. They promise to braid our hair and feed us their beautiful bodies. And when they crawl out of your mouth and into my eyes, I'll be so thankful I was invited to such an exclusive party.
And up next we have Lauren.
I have two kind of short poems. This first one is still untitled, very brief. Everywhere I go, it follows, down the line of my family tree, branches soaked in cheap liquor, leaves expelling soft nicotine, and pain visible in the claw-marked bark. Sound of a tree being chopped by foreign machines is all too familiar in rasped scream, expelled past red shaken rage. Full throttle, birch burning, separate from children's book, this giving tree, this given life is gray and hollow. That one's a little depressing, but I have a better little better note for the next one. So this one's titled "Beauty Will Forever Be." Beauty will forever be promised in every setting sun, found on smooth silk cheekbones that glitter and gleam in the pink hue of every day's end, and strong bridged nose bore by bloodlines of bravery pointed and painted to perfection with 365 speckles of rust-colored freckles. It's in the goosebumps that emerge when fingers graze soft over protruding hip bones. The surreal sensation of emerald grass slick with evening dew on naked feet blades, breathing between your toes. The way the wildflowers deep in wide open fields pay no mind to Monday morning's I-69 traffic jam, nor big business's latest scam. They simply are. They sway in the breeze besides the towering weeds, unknowing of their total tonal contrast in this life. Beauty before me will forever be.
Thank you, Lauren. And I believe I'm up next again, so I gotta switch something over quick, and then I will get going. Oh, looks like I closed my poems on my computer in the hurry earlier. Sorry, it's taking a second to open. The first piece I'll be reading is called Months Gone. Months gone, and the seasons haven't changed. They're always the same ever since you laid to rest. I'm still waiting for spring. I'm still stuck inside the slush because it didn't end with you. A new storm comes and a new generation takes your place, but it's not the same yet. Will it ever be? And the new snow, and the snows keep melting till it floods the earth. A new old drift melts away every day. I drift from one sinking ship to another. It will never be home. She will never be you. The next piece I'll be reading is called Online Friends. It's a wonderful new age where we can forego face-to-face communication for FaceTime, and discussion, discourse, and discord can happen all in neatly organized channels. You and I and all of our online friends. I remember those late-night Skype groups, calling while we counter-struck or crafted before our next day of classes together. But at some point, the calls were less frequent, or rather in other places, with your other online friends. It really is nice that we've kept in touch this summer. I have a busy schedule, and surely you do too. I'm always happy to create reasons to talk, and even more so when you take time to talk to me away from your online friends. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in weeks. Maybe the 4 miles between us were further than I thought. I hope you realize I can't host every time we hang out, but I think I get it. I'm starting to realize we've just been reduced to online friends. Sorry, my camera shut off. Sometimes I feel like you only message me as an afterthought, and what I send to you always needs reminder to read or listen or watch me move on, because I dedicate more to you than you have ever to me. All those games we planned to play together for you are just unplayed. Maybe I should spend my effort elsewhere with some different online friends. My newer friends are far from quaint, and even though they don't know me by my real name, something about it seems realer than you ever were. And even if getting a group together can still be unreliable, I know they'll at least talk. And now I finally feel like I actually have online friends. This final piece is called Echo. Through the door, the atmosphere changes. I have shallow breath, but that's a symptom, not a cause. That's a reaction, not the reason I'm here. There's a feverish heat. Blood rushing from my heart to my face. Tears rushing from my heart to the pits in my eyes. And I wonder if this is how he felt, or how my father felt after him. Did he sit in these waiting room chairs? I don't know when he found out about his condition. That was one story he never told except through each hourly update, each check of the pulse, check of the oxygenation. This is my first cardiology visit, and I hope with all my heart that it will be my last. I passed an old man on the way in. His eyes and cadence told me what years of visits could feel like, weighing on your heart, weighing the remaining function of your heart. Thank you. Looks like up next we have Michael again. Let me just switch back over a second, and I'll let you know when you can go. Okay, go ahead, Michael.
I have two short ones left for tonight. The first one is called I Know Why Mother's Diets Failed. I now know why mother's diets failed. Because, like her foster kids, it was challenging. It came with instructions that were general, and sometimes general just doesn't work. I now know why mother's diets failed. Because, like her foster kids, it required making sacrifices. And it's not that she didn't sacrifice, she did immensely, but only those things which she was willing. And sometimes what we are willing to give up is not the things which we need to. I now know why mother's diets failed. Because, like her foster kids, she only stuck with it when it felt right, when she wasn't tired or scared. And to mask this, there was always some other factor or event that could be blamed, and often it was me. But no longer must I carry this burden of belief that I am the reason that my mother's diets failed. This next one is called Words. I have lost all faith in words, for a person can easily corrupt and twist the meaning that the giver was intending, all the while coyly pretending that they just didn't understand. But if I have lost all faith in words, why does my brain fill to the brim, bubbling over in the night, enslaving me to their every whim, demanding that I write? Metaphors and maxims overwhelm the defenses of my mind, until the urge to utter words I can no longer fight. It seems that though I hate it, my use of them is innate, like songs are to the birds. For even to express my very distrust in them, I must rely on words.
Thank you, Michael. Looks like we've got Egan up next. I assume that's Eggman on Discord. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Y'all hear me?
Actually, it looks like you're
I'm
cutting out
sorry.
a bit. It looks like you're cutting out a bit. I only heard about half of that.
Okay. Well,
We can try to come back to you, Egan, if you'd like. Okay, I think for the time being, we'll move on to Phil.
Yeah. Hello. Many of you might not know me. I met Bella while we studied in Scotland, and I've dabbled in some poetry, and so I'll read one. This is called Inspired. Through the window, the sun breaks, angry, vengeful from loss. Books speak with words untold, jawlines stretching thin as the glass struggles to rebuild. Whales with their cotton eyes can only hear the commotion from afar, powerless to stand. For only the young mouse sees, clicking away on the screen while its mother performs as the clock strikes back. All this on a breath of wind, suffering from asthma, speaking in a soft voice of frustrated vigor. Paint is peeling, bananas a scale for time, weighing heavy on the wire to the world. That connection has been lost.
Okay. Egan, I did want to say if you want to try to perform without your camera on and see if that works better, that might be an option. That doesn't seem to be any better, actually. Can just keep talking, just see if it improves a bit.
sorry. Embarrassing. Hi.
Yeah, it's sorry, it's still cutting out a lot.
No worries. Sorry about that.
Hopefully we can get you in next time. So up next we've got Nick Kissy once again.
All right, I've got two more. One was a revision that I worked on and read to Wordhammer at the very first meeting I went to, I think. So I'll read that one first. This one is titled Baby's First Panic Attack. 1. God presses pause on the VCR. We stand still. Flickering in monochrome, I record every detail. Mother's laughter lines, father's vertebrae, the body of the boy from down the street stuck in stasis. God presses play. Everyone moves. Everyone except the boy. Father says he has a pulse, says get the truck, says I think he had a seizure. Asks the boy, can you hear me? Asks, are you all right? Lifts the boy into the bed of our truck. I look at the boy's legs. He can move them, but they can't move him. He is a doll without stuffing, the saddest marionette. 2. I hit the cement hard and feel the weight in my chest erupt between gapped teeth. My stomach acid arcs over my bike like a rainbow, a brutal display. The weight shifts down and I feel my pants fill. I am crying. I am trying to use my arms to lift myself, but I am slipping on a slurry of liquids, and why are the neighbors just staring? The more they stand still, the more I forget to count and breathe the way Dad taught me when the weight comes, and I feel my body crash against pavement again and again like lightning before spots cover my eyes. My nose cracks on gravel, and gravel falls from nostril to lips to flailing tongue half down my throat, and I think this is what red tastes like before I fall into the sky. 3. I draw my shaken son a bath. Steam wrapping his body in a jacket of heat and shame and other things unseen but felt, I sit outside of the tub and run washcloth and suds down his back, whispering, "It's okay, baby," as he shivers and sobs. This is all I can do. We are radios that have been bumped and dialed into a frequency so close to perfect, but still staticky. All he knows is we aren't quite broken. All I know, my son is pregnant with panic, and today was the first time he felt it kick. And then my last one, I wrote recently, and this was inspired by Dean Rader. So this is to you, dearest reader. I always write poems about love or death, but this isn't one of those poems. This poem is about what happens before and between. When my black vesper rings and everything and evening adorn their cape of stars, remember my boat moves slow and with intention. I will have a lantern of lucid dreams lighting my way, so no dark fog will claim me while I wait to meet you on still waters. Meander through, finding where your ripples cross and overlap with the others, those left by our most famous and forgettable moments. Reader, do not be scared when my sternum bursts open in a confetti of big band brass and peony petals. When your time comes not soon after, speak my name to water and sky. Wait for me in the reverberations of your words. I'm not known for being punctual, but I promise you this. I will find you, reader, somewhere in that unsure caesura.
Thank you, Nick. And finishing us off tonight is Bella.
No. Okay. All right. Yeah, you guys got me so freaking excited. I was only gonna read 2 poems, but now I want to read more. So here we go. Okay, so my first one is called February Song. It's after Billy Collins's litany. 1 second. Okay. You are not the blue violets or the red roses. I am not the ribbon around the Target teddy bear's neck or the cheesy rom-com miss narrating our quickened breath. You are the steam rising from my mocha latte on a chewy nougat morning. I am the lazy fork in the dripping yolk, the black sweatpants blurry with white dog fur. You could never be the high note in the shower, but you are the scrunchie in my pocket, the one that goes with everything. I guess I'm not the top of the Ferris wheel on a summer night, but I am the thistle in the bouquet that pricks your nose when you bend over to smell the gardenias. There's a lot of bullshit love stuff. I know that Collins and all of my favorite boy bands have already beat me to the punch, but I wanted to tell you that you are a pencil sharpener. You are definitely a pencil sharpener. Okay, and then my last one is called Reflection of a Self-Portrait. I am light on top and heavy on the bottom. I watch my statuesque jeans get smaller and smaller as I rise higher and higher into the stratosphere. It's cold up here. My fingers and nose are the first to frost. Crystals of ice tickle my nostrils. My nipples are balloon ties to the swell and ache of my breasts, ascending up and up and up. I am desperate for my toes and the familiar weight of my calves. There are so many more stars than hairs on my head, and I've never been able to comprehend that anyway. How can they be so hot when the not air, the space, is so empty? I know that warmth is life, and so I guess these stars are not as dead as everybody says they should be. This space is alive. This universe is pulsating with ink and blood and brilliant colors swirling around my pupils' ice caverns. My purple fingers linger towards a memory that's just beyond my crystallizing neurons. Within it, everything reflects. Nothing is new. I wonder if I touch it, what it would do.
Thank you, Bella, and thank you to everyone who came out tonight, whether you were just watching here or on the stream, and especially thank you to everyone who read tonight. It's been really exciting to hear everyone kind of hear what they've been working on throughout the semester. So this is our first open mic. Hopefully we'll have another one this semester, and we'll of course be having our regular meetings every week, Mondays at 7, same time as the event. So if you liked what you heard tonight, feel free to show up in the future, and hopefully, yeah, we can write some poems together and read some as well. So thank you again, everyone, and take care.